Honey, I'm having a stroke. Help me. And I flew from Irkutsk to St. Petersburg, and she wearing makeup and a dress. Surprise. Lend me some, we have 200,000. We are in Gelendzhik for 7 days. My sister is already rummaging through my pockets, but they don't yet know what a surprise it is awaits them. Hello, my dears. Right. Where are you watching us from and how old are you? Years. We wish you pleasant listening. When the phone rings at 3 a.m., it's always bad news. I woke up from vibrations. My heart started pounding even before. Of what I saw on the screen, Mom. Hands trembled when I accepted the challenge. Tanechka. The mother's voice was hoarse and intermittent. Honey, I feel bad. Very bad. I jumped up in bed and turned on the light, for it was black outside the window of my Irkutsk one-room apartment December night. The wind threw snow at the glass. Thermometer for the window showed -27. I live on the 5th floor of an old panel building in Jubilee Microdistrict. I'm filming this one. I've been living in the apartment for 4 years now. 32,000 in. A month, but it's our own, without neighbors and scandals. Mom, what happened? I can't move. She was choking with her left hand, and in some wheezing sounds could be heard on the phone. Face. Amelo, Tanyusha, I'm dying. I feel that I'm dying. Stroke. In my head, everything flashed by. Grandma died from stroke at 63, not having lived even a week in resuscitation. Aunt Liuda is paralyzed after blow, has been lying there for 8 years, and the whole family. Q's take care of her. Mom's my friend, Aunt Sveta, also suffered stroke at 59. Now half of the face doesn't move, speaks with difficulty. I felt sick. I jumped out of bed and started to rush around. Room, where are you? I called an ambulance. Mother, call an ambulance immediately. Home alone. Nastya and her children went to her mother-in-law's weekend. Tanyusha, come fly. I'm afraid this may be the last time I hear your voice. I don't want to die alone. Her voice broke and I heard a sob. Mom cried. My mother, who never didn't cry in front of me, who was always there strong, strict, kept everything under control. Control. I was meddling around a one-room apartment in pajamas trying to think. Irkutsk, Peter. It's an 8-hour flight, if without. Transfers. How much are the tickets? Where take the money? What time is it in St. Petersburg now? They have a difference. 5 o'clock, so it's already there 8 a.m. Oh my God, she's alone all night. I was suffering. Mom, hold on. I'm getting tickets now. I'm watching. Call an ambulance immediately. Can you hear me? No, wait for now. More, I can handle it. The voice was so weak that I could barely understand the words. Just come. It's scary to be alone. Tanechka, my dear, arriving. My hands were shaking so much that I hit my finger on the phone screen. I opened the airline ticket, but my fingers wouldn't obey me. Irkutsk, St. Petersburg, tomorrow. So, there is a direct flight at 11 a.m., 28,000 rub, there and back. Lord, God. I opened the bank app. On card, 43,000 rubles, all I have until payday, and the salary is only on the 15th. It's in 2 more weeks. Of these, 43,032. For an apartment, the hostess always demands up to the 5th hour numbers. There's 11,000 left for food, travel, everything else for 2 weeks. But this is the same mother. She gave birth to me and raised me. Let I always love Nastya more, Nastenka. A beauty, a smart girl, who has had it since childhood, everything worked out. Nastya was praised by me, reproached. They bought a beautiful one for Nastya clothes. I have to wear them after her. Nastya, I studied at the university on a fee-paying basis. My parents paid 120,000 a year, but I education. Not a penny, go to college free. Let me say that I had to since I was 16. Earn money yourself. I washed the floors in the shopping center on weekends, then I worked part-time. Promoter, handed out leaflets frost. Let it be the last 6 years. Since then, since I moved to Irkutsk and found normal work as a manager sales, I'm just an ATM for them. They call when they need money. Lend me some 15,000. Nastya Vladik was taken to hospital. Lend 20,000. Nastya's husband crashed the car. Lend 10,000 for Mom's teeth. And nobody never returned. I don't even count stopped. But she's a mother and she feels bad and she may die. I have booked a ticket. With trembling hands, I entered the card details. I clicked pay. 28.372 rub were written off from the account. On the screen, an electronic ticket has appeared. Departure to 11:05 a.m. from Irkutsk. Arrival at 8 p.m. St. Petersburg time at Pulkovo. Then I wrote to my boss Olga to Viktorovna. Urgent family situation. Mom is in the hospital in serious condition, forced to fly to St. Petersburg. I ask for 3 days of vacation for my check. I'm very sorry, sent the message and swallowed hard throat. I have a presentation at 7 a.m. project I worked on 3 months. I was looking for clients. All over the Baikal region, I went to Angarsk, Shelikov, and Usali-Siberian, conducted negotiations, drew up commercial proposals. This contract is for 3 million rubles. My job from start to finish. Now the presentation Marina will conduct. My project, her award, her career growth. But Mom is more important. Is that true? I called my mother again. I picked up the phone after the 7th ring. Mom, I bought a ticket. I fly out at 11 a.m. I'll be there at 8 p.m. your time. Time? Hold on, please, hold on. Maybe you should call an ambulance after all? No, honey, I can handle it. Waiting for you. Voice sounded a little more cheerful, but still weak. Tanyusha, you are so good to me. Are you flying in? Nastya would not have flown in. She has children care. I didn't answer anything. Nastya lives with her mother in the same city at 20 minutes by metro. Nastya doesn't work. She stays with the children. Her husband provides for her. Nastya has time, but I would go to my mom. From Irkutsk, because that's how it's always been. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. Threw things in a bag, a warm jacket, sweaters, jeans, underwear, cosmetic bag, medicine. Just in case. Phone chargers, documents, money. There was a fog in my head. My hands acted automatically. She called Mom every half hour. She responded weakly in a voice. She said that she was holding on, that she's waiting for me, which makes her scared. I was calming down. She said that everything would be fine. When I'm already leaving, I'll be there soon. Nastya didn't answer the phone. She was probably sleeping. At my mother-in-law's with the children. At 6 a.m., I called a taxi to the airport. The driver is all. The road was silent, and I looked out the window at snow-covered Irkutsk, on the sleeping city, on rare lights in the windows. I was thinking about my mother. She recalled her childhood, how she baked pies at the party, how Nastya and I fought for Mom, always got the last piece to Nastya. How I went to first grade, and they bought me the backpack is the cheapest, and Nastya needs it in 3 years, dear, with an orthopedic back. How I asked to sign me up for dancing, and they told me, there's no money, no time for dancing to you, but these are all small things. There are parents. Parents, and when they feel bad, you need to be near. I was in a daze at the airport. Checked in for the flight, passed control, sat in the waiting area, watched on the clock. 1 more hour before departure, half an hour, 15 minutes. Finally, they announced boarding. 8 hours I cried on the plane. Quietly, so as not to attract attention, but tears flowed ourselves. I thought I was going to bury someone. I imagined how I would arrive and my mother would already be in hospital, in intensive care, connected to devices, or even worse. How will I stand? What do you think about the snowdrift? I didn't make it in time. I was late. The last time she didn't hug me, she didn't say that. The neighbor in the chair, a woman of about 50, noticed my condition and silently handed over paper tissues. Brought water from the cooler in the tail airplane. Thank you, I whispered. Did something happen? She asked quietly. Mom, I'm having a stroke. I'm flying to her. The woman nodded sympathetically and said no more. I just sat next to him, and for some reason this became a little easier. Airplane landed at Pulkovo at 8 p.m. St. Petersburg time. It's already outside, it got dark, and wet snow was falling. I jumped out from the plane first, ran across the whole terminal with a bag overhanging, overtaking passengers, almost knocking people off their feet. There was a burning sensation in my lungs, and my heart was pounding. I ran out into the street and caught a taxi. On Citizen, please hurry up. As she gave the address, and the taxi driver nodded. We were driving through evening St. Petersburg, and I was looking out the window, not seeing anything. I called my mom. No. I picked up the phone and called again. Silence. Panic washed over me like a wave. Oh my God, just I wish I could make it in time. If only she could hold on. Finally, the taxi driver stopped at a friend's place Khrushchev-era buildings. The 5-story building is gray, peeling, with a slanted visor entrance. My mother has been living here for 30 years now, since they moved from Pskov. Dad died 11 years ago. Mom, I was left alone. Then I moved in with her Nastya, with her husband and children. Help. To look after, in fact, to live on everything ready. I flew into the entrance, smelling cats and dampness. Light bulb on the first. The floor was not on fire. I was walking up the dark stairs by touch, 3 flights running, out of breath, stumbling. The bag hit my leg. On the second side, I almost fell onto a spilled spot on the floor. It's impossible to tell whether it's slop or water. Finally, 3rd floor. Mom's door, 2nd from the left. I knock on the door. I ring the bell. Heart, it's pounding so hard that it seems like right now will jump out of your chest. There is blood pounding in my ears. I hear footsteps outside the door. Slow, heavy, the lock clicks. Door it opens and my mother stands in front of me, painted in a new burgundy dress, which I've never seen it. Combed hair styled in waves with bright lipstick on the lips. Smiles. Tanechka, my daughter, she opens its arms. What a surprise was a success. I'm standing on the threshold with a bag in my hands, and I can't figure out what is happening. I blink, trying to figure it out. Reality, or am I dreaming? Maybe I still am on a plane, and this is a dream. Behind Mom's back, Nastya appears. In black jeans, in a white sweater, also with full makeup combed, eyelashes and eyebrows painted ideal. Children run out after her. Vladek is 8 years old and Sonia is 5 years old. They jump and rejoice. Aunt, Tanya arrived. Sonia squeals and runs to me. And I'm still standing there and looking at my mother. Her healthy face, eyes with arrows on the hand she is waving me, on my left hand. She's moving, fingers are moving, no paralysis. Mom, I can hardly get it out of my mouth. You or a stroke? You said, oh, well, I did. I said I could handle it. Mom laughs, and laughter sounds easy, joyful. It's past already. I was scared at first. I thought it was the end. And then she let go. The doctor said, such it happens, a microspasm of blood vessels. Nothing scary. Vegetative vascular dystonia, and sometimes it gets to me. But you came. That's great. Nastya squeezes past Mom and hugs me. I feel her hands groping all over mine jacket. Into the pockets. Quickly. Unnoticed, but I feel. Hello, sister. Nastya is chirping. You're amazing. So fast arrived. Well done. We are just here. We're going to. And here you are. Surprise. I'm standing on the threshold and I can't move. My feet seem to be glued to the dirty ground. Linoleum of the landing. Nastya drags me into the apartment, grabbing me by the sleeve jackets. Mom is fussing around, children, jumping around. And in my head, only one thought that is spinning around like broken record. She is healthy. She healthy. She is healthy. Come in, come in. Why are you standing on the threshold? Mom takes mine bag. Take off your clothes. Come in. I'm tired of. Roads? Don't be afraid. 8 hours flight. This is the same what road. I shoot mechanically jacket. My hands and fingers don't obey me. Are braided with zippers. Nastya takes it from. I take off my jacket and hang it on a hook in hallway. I take off my boots and put them on. Next to children's boots and Nastya's in high-heeled boots, I walk into the room. Everything here is the same as 10 years ago. When was the last time I was in St. Petersburg? That the same brown shabby sofa, the same. Faded wallpaper with roses, the same as sideboard with crystal that will never are used. There is a carpet on the wall, a relic. Soviet times. Just TV new, big, flat. And on the magazine I see suitcases on the table. 2 large suitcases stacked one on top of the other another. New, brightly shining with tags. Sit down, sit down. Mom sits me down sofa. Do you want some tea or something to eat? I have cabbage soup. I cooked it today, just the way you like it. Cabbage soup. I cooked cabbage soup. A person who has a stroke. I cooked cabbage soup. Mom, I finally find my voice, and it sounds hoarse. Alien. You said that you have a stroke. You said that you're dying, but I thought I was dying. Mom sits down next to me and takes my hand. Tanechka, you can't imagine how I feel. It was scary. I woke up at 3 a.m. and the hand does not feel. The face is blank. I am the same. I immediately thought, that's it. It's the end. So it was scary. Alone at home, dark. But I called you. Who else should I call? Nastya is far away with the children. Nastya is standing at windows, looks at the phone, smiles. Far. 20 minutes by metro. It's far. But then it got easier, the mother continues. The morning has completely passed. I even called a doctor to a private house. He looked at the pressure measured, said, anxiety, stress, VSD. He gave me a pill and told me not to be nervous. Now I have calmed down. And you were already on the plane the phone is not took? I thought, well, since you're flying, great, see you later. Long time no see. We haven't seen each other for 10 years, Tanechka. 10 years? Yes, I haven't been to St. Petersburg for 10 years because every time I visited, it ended the same way. Requests for money. In the first year, I came to college for the holidays. I'm here, they announced that Nastya had to pay for. University, help. In 2 years, I came to my mother's birthday. Nastya, my husband, got into an accident. Need money for. Car repair, help. Then I just stopped coming, called holidays and not always. 8 o'clock in on the plane, I say quietly. I'm 8 o'clock. I cried and thought I was going to bury someone. Oh, Tanyusha, I'm so sorry, Mom pats me on the hand. I didn't do it on purpose, just like that it worked. But now you're here, and we can chat. It's been a while since we've seen each other. We had a heart-to-heart talk, heart to heart. I watched, at her painted lips, at the new dress, for hair. This is not a person who was dying a few hours ago. This is a man who is going somewhere to walk or to go. And then Nastya comes up closer, sits on the other side of me. Smiles widely, but the smile doesn't reach up to the eyes. Tanka, you're just in time, she says. My mom and I decided, go on vacation. Last-minute deals got caught. Through friends, this is the price. Just a gift of fate. I'm slow. I turn my head towards her. Vouchers. Where? I ask, and the voice sounds even, calmly, although something inside begins to boil. Valenzik, happily exclaims Mom. For 7 days in a good sanatorium. Sea, sun, medical procedures. As for me, since after this spasm, you need to get treatment. Breathe in the sea air, the doctor even advised. And when are you leaving? Day after tomorrow. Nastya claps her hands. Can you imagine? Already in a day. Suitcases already collected. She nods at the blue one suitcases on the table. Everything is ready, only there's just a bit of a shortage of money. Here it is. Why am I here? How many? I ask quietly. 200,000, fast says Nastya. But the tickets are expensive. Good sanatorium, food, treatment, everything included. They gave it to us through friends' discount, but it still comes out expensive. Half has already been paid, and the other half I need to pay the rest by tomorrow. And now we have very tight. Lyoka's salary is only in. We'll receive it at the end of the month. Mom has a pension, small, 200,000 rubles. I'm looking at Nastya, then at Mom. They both look at me with hope. Mom even folded her arms, as in prayer. Tanechka, you're on good terms. Positions, Mom says softly. Sales manager salary is good. For you, 200,000 isn't that big. Some, and we'll return it in a month, honestly. Word. Lyoka will receive the award. We will give it back. 75,000 rubles I receive per month. This is a good salary for Irkutsk. I am 3. It took me years to get to this point. Of these, 32. For the apartment, 10,000. Utilities, telephone, internet, 15,000. Food. The rest is clothes, medicine, unforeseen expenses. I take a 5-year vacation and don't buy myself a new one. Clothes, I wear old jeans and sweaters. Not I go to cafes, I don't go to theaters. I put aside 5,000 a month if it turns out. On my map now, 15,000 rubles after purchasing tickets, 15,000 until payday, which is in 2 weeks. 200,000 rubles. These are my savings for 3 years, which are on deposit, which I collected every penny that I spent. I finally wanted to buy myself a normal one furniture instead of the junk that was left from previous tenants. I don't have 200,000, I say. Well, how come? Nastya frowns. You're working, how many years already? 6. You probably already bought an apartment in Irkutsk, car. I rent an apartment, I answer evenly. 32,000 per month. I don't have any. No apartment, no car. I have a salary 75,000. 75, Nastya asks again, and in her voice, disappointment can be heard. I thought more. Okay, but there is accumulation, that is. Nastya, I just spent 28,000 on tickets. I feel as the voice begins to tremble because Mom said she was dying. I quit work, presentation, because of which I might lose my place. I came here and thought I was burying my mother. Well, no, exaggerate. Mom purses her lips. I don't. I said I was dying. I said that I really felt bad. She said, maybe this is the last time I hear yours, voice. I look into her eyes. You cried. You said you were afraid of dying alone. But I was afraid. Mom raises her voice. To me, it was scary. I'm not a doctor. Where do I come from? Know that this will pass? I thought it was a stroke. Begins. And now you're making claims? Are you presenting? I didn't ask you to fly. You decided it yourself. Air in the room becomes heavy. Vladik and Sonia are playing. In the corner with a tablet, not paying attention for adults. Nastya is looking at her phone. Mom sits with an offended face, lips tucked in, arms crossed on chest. Not play poor, Tanya, says Nastya, without looking up from the phone. You are alone, you live, no expenses, neither husband nor children. Feed yourself alone. I have 2 children with my husband. It's much more difficult for us. Strollers, clothes, school, kindergarten. Vladik, I'll have to enroll in English soon, but this is 8,000 per month. Do you have it yourself? You bought some groceries for yourself and that's it? I'm looking at sister on her new iPhone last models in hands on a sweater that stands. Not less than 10,000. I see these in stores, I saw it. For well-groomed hands with a manicure fresh gel polish shimmers in the light. Chandeliers, on hair with expensive coloring. The color stretch is perfect. Do you have money for Galenzik? I say quietly, but this is Mom. Nastya finally looks up from his phone. Mom needs to get some treatment, and there is always money for treatment will be found, and the last-minute deals are cheap. Got it. I need to go to Turkey for 300,000. Bye, Turkey I suddenly remember that yesterday, while scrolling through social media on the plane, I saw advertising tours to Turkey, week in Antalya, 5 stars, all-inclusive, 83,000 per person. I thought back then I will never allow myself to do something like that, and here it is. Now my family is asking me for 200,000 to Galenzik. We'll return it in a month. Mom repeats. Honestly, Tanyusha, as soon as we receive a bonus from Lyoka, let's translate. I've heard this phrase 100 times. In a month, we'll return it. 6 years ago, my mother asked for 15,000 for dental treatment. Didn't return it. 5 years ago, Nastya asked for 20,000 for repairs in apartment. Didn't return it. 4 years ago, Mom asked for 10,000 for medicine. Didn't return it. 3 years ago, Nastya's husband asked for 35,000 for car repairs. Didn't return it. 2 years back, Nastya asked for 18,000 for school. Uniform for children. Didn't return it. A year ago, Mom asked for 12,000. There are no gifts for children for the new year. Returned. I once considered a common debt about 300,000 rubles, 300,000 that I will never see. I have no money, I repeat. I have some left on the card, 15,000 until payday. There are savings, but they are on deposit and I am not going to use them. Take off. Well, take it off, says Nastya. Every day. What will happen to them? Interest will you lose? Big deal. Family is more important %. Family. I look at both of them. On the mother who faked a stroke to make me fly from Irkutsk. On the sister who is sitting with phone and doesn't even consider it necessary. Pretend she's uncomfortable. On children who grew up believing that they're Aunt Tanya. This is the person who gives money. You faked a stroke. I'm talking slowly so that I can fly in and give it to you money. No, I wasn't faking it. Mother jumps up from the sofa. I felt bad, really bad. And now I feel better. Well, that's good. Or did you want that? I was in the hospital. I wanted you to. I didn't lie. I get up too. 8 o'clock in. I cried on the plane. I thought I was going to. Funeral. I paid 28,000 for tickets. I quit my job with the money I had. Presentation, career, maybe. And you. Here you stand in a new dress and suitcases and you are collecting Galenzik. So what? Nastya also gets up and comes closer. big deal, cried. But Mom is alive. I can be happy necessary. And someone will conduct your presentation. Another, you will not die. And we ask you not to kill yourself, but help your family. 200,000 on month. This is not forever. You never return the money. I look at Nastya and eyes. Never. Not once in 6 years, because that we have expenses. Nastya comes out. Myself, children, family, life. And what about you? You live alone in your Irkutsk. Nobody has you or not here. No husband, no children. You are 32 years and you're alone. At least help with money. You can to the family. 32 years old, single. I always, this was recalled. Nastya got married at 22. I gave birth to my first child at 23. I was 22. I just graduated from college and moved to Irkutsk because I don't have anything in St. Petersburg. There was nothing. No work, no prospects, no support. In Irkutsk, I started with zero, rented a room in a communal apartment for $8,000, worked 12 hours a day. I go to the bank. Suddenly I hear my voice. Tomorrow morning, I'll go and withdraw the money. Faces, Mom and Nastya's faces brighten up instantly. Here, smart girl, Mom hugs me. I knew that you won't let me down. You are the best for me, daughter. Thank you, Tanya. Nastya pats me on the shoulder. We are true, we'll return it. In a month, for sure. I nod. I agree to stay the night, although I wanted to go straight to the hotel. Mom is making the bed. I'm on the couch, brings a pillow and a blanket. With a musty smell, Nastya leaves with the children to my room. Mom goes to bed at your bedroom. I lie in the dark and watch. To the ceiling. One thought is spinning in my head. Plan. I have a plan. And tomorrow morning I will carry it out. In the morning, I wake up at 7 a.m. Outside the window, it's still dark. December morning in St. Petersburg. Gray and hazy. The rain is drumming on windowsill. The wind whistles through the old Cracks temple. Mom and Nastya are sleeping. Children, too. In the apartment is quiet, only the refrigerator is old. There's a hum in the kitchen, and the radiators are tapping. I get up from the sofa and fold the blanket. My back hurts. The sofa is sagging. The springs dig into the side. I hardly slept all night. I lay and looked at the ceiling, thinking about the plan, every detail, every step, and the more. I thought, the clearer it became, I am this, I'll do it. I will definitely do it. I go to the bathroom and wash my face with cold water. Tap. Flows in a thin stream. The water is icy. It smells like chlorine. I look at myself in cracked mirror. The face is pale. Underneath, there are dark circles under the eyes, and the hair is disheveled. I look tired. This is true. Tired. Tired of being comfortable. Tired of being the one who always helps and doesn't do anything, asks in return. Tired of being a daughter and sister only when needed money. I get dressed quickly and quietly. Jeans, warm sweater, jacket. Checking my phone. 6 missed calls from Olga Viktorovna, my boss. I open the message with bated breath. Tanya, I really hope so. Your mother is doing well. Marina spent presentation. The client is satisfied. Contract signed. But this is your project. You did the main work. Let's talk about bonuses when you return. Let's call each other. Get well. More precisely, let Mom get better. So the project was a success. Without me, mine work is someone else's merit. Although Olga Viktorovna seems to understand the situation. At least this is something. I go out to the kitchen. Mother sits at the table in an old terry cloth in a robe, drinking coffee from a cup with a pen. There is a saucepan with on the stove yesterday's cabbage soup. He sees me and smiles wide, welcoming. Honey, it's early. Stood up. Would you like some coffee or some cabbage soup? I cooked it fresh yesterday. No, thanks, I say, pulling on my jacket. I'm going to the bank. I'll go and withdraw some money. What a clever girl. Mom even shines. Eyes sparkle with joy. Tanechka, you are such a help to us. I knew that you won't let me down. You are the most beautiful to me, responsible, the most reliable. Not that. As for Nastya, she only thinks about herself. I wonder what she tells Nastya about me when I'm not around. We quickly will return it, honestly, he continues. Mom, sipping coffee. As soon as Lyoka, he will receive the bonus at the end of the month, immediately. We will transfer the entire amount down to the last kopeck. I heard these words so many times that I can repeat them by heart. We'll return it quickly. honestly, before kopecks. But I haven't seen a penny for 6 years. Years. I nod and zip up my jacket. Throat, I take my bag. There is something in the bag, my passport, bank card, phone, some cash, and one more important thing. Detail of my plan. Last night, while everyone was sleeping, I dragged them out of my mother's room papers with travel vouchers, looked at the address travel agency, manager's name, telephone number. I wrote everything down in my phone and then put it away, papers back. Mom, what time are you? Are you leaving tomorrow? I ask, correcting there is a bag strap on the shoulder. The day after tomorrow morning at 10, Mom puts the cup on the table. The transfer from the travel agency will arrive directly to entrance. We'll take you to Moskovsky Station. Very convenient. And then by train to Gelendzhik is 12 hours away. Can you imagine, Tanyusha? Sea, sun. Well, there might not be much sun in winter, but still warmer than here. Plus 10 there now. And medical procedures. Massage, baths, inhalations. After this spasm, I need to get some treatment. Is Nastya and the children coming too? I clarify, although I know the answer perfectly well. Of course, air will be good for children. Sea, fruits. Vladek especially needs it. He gets sick often. Bronchitis is tormenting me. And Sonia, he'll take some vitamins and get stronger. Mother, smile dreamily. Tanyusha, and you? Don't you want us? Maybe a ticket too, will you take it? You'll have some rest and some fun. You rest so rarely. I'm looking at her contented face, at the new hair coloring. Apparently recently from the salon, roots are perfectly painted. The manicure on my hands is fresh, careful on a gold chain around the neck. A gift from Dad's 20 years ago. Her mother never, does not remove. On the woman who gave birth, she raised me, but always shared her love unevenly. Nastya, the leftovers are 100% mine. No, I have to fly to Irkutsk tomorrow afternoon necessary. To work, I say evenly voice. Ticket for tomorrow. I bought a ticket for tomorrow. But Mom won't know about this. Oh, that's a pity. Mom sighs and purses her lips. So rare see you, Tanyusha. This is the last time you... When did you arrive? 10 years ago. Time is running out how it flies. Well, okay, next time you will definitely come. Fine, maybe on in the summer I'll bake pies just like you like, with cabbage and apples. Maybe, I answer vaguely. I'm leaving the apartment. I close the door quietly so as not to wake Nastya and the children. On I stop at the platform, leaning against. With my back to the cold wall, I close my eyes. I breathe deeply. It's about to begin. Now I am. I'll do what I've been thinking about all night. I'm getting it. Phone, I open the search app, air tickets. I drive around St. Petersburg, Antalya. I'm looking at the schedule. There is a direct flight this evening at 8 5-hour flight. A one-way ticket, 38,400 rub. Then I open the travel agency website. I'm looking for tours to Turkey for one person. I find a suitable option. Hotel Roma Plaza, Antalya. 5 stars, 7 nights. All inclusive. Nutrition. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, swimming pool, beach, animation, spa. Price 83,000 rubles, 83,000. That's less than half of what the family she wanted to get money from me for Gelendzhik. I book a tour, bring my passport details, phone number, email. I choose to pay by card and withdraw money from your deposit, those very savings which I collected for 3 years at 5,000 each. A month, denying myself everything. 83.320 rub. Are written off in a second. On the screen, a booking confirmation appears and electronic travel voucher. Thank you for purchase. The voucher has been sent to your email. Mail, have a nice holiday. I smile. For the first time in 2 days, I'm smiling for real. I go down the stairs. I go out entrance. It's cold and windy outside. It blows right through. The rain lashes down face. The temperature is around 0, slushy underfoot. Typical December in St. Petersburg. I go to the nearest bushes behind the entrance where late yesterday evening, when everyone was asleep, I hid my little travel bag suitcase. I collected it back in Irkutsk. Just in case, my intuition told me, that the trip will be strange. In the suitcase, summer clothes, t-shirts, shorts, light, dresses, a swimsuit that I bought 2 years ago in the hope of someday go to the sea. Then I still didn't. I'm going. Nastya asked for money for the day Vladik's birth. I take out the suitcase from bushes. I shake off the wet snow from it and... Dirt. I catch a passing taxi. I wave my hand. The driver stops. An elderly man with a mustache and a knitted hat. 2 Pulkovo, please, I say, sitting down. In the back seat. To which airport? Terminal, he clarifies, turning on the meter. First international flights. He nods and starts moving. We are driving through morning St. Petersburg. I look out the window at the gray. At home, on the wet streets, on the gloomy sky, on the rare passers-by under umbrellas, I'm thinking about. To Mom, about Nastya, about how they are now asleep in warm beds and don't suspect nothing. That in a few hours, they will understand, and it will be too late. Telephone vibrates in your pocket. I take it out. Message from Mom, Tanyusha, you're taking a long time. Will you? Nastya and I just wanted to go to the store. Go buy groceries before leaving in Jelinzik. Maybe when you come back, you'll babysit the kids. Vladik and Sonia to you. They love you. They will be happy. I'm looking at message. I read it twice. Then I put the phone back in my pocket. No answering. No, I will not babysit. I will never come back. The road to the airport takes 40 minutes. The driver is silent the whole time. Road, only the radio plays quietly some old songs. I look out the window and I think, am I really doing this? Have you really made up your mind? And I answer myself, yes, I have decided, and it is right. At the airport, I pay the driver. I go into the terminal and find the counter check-in for the flight to Antalya. I register, show my passport and electronic ticket from your phone. The employee smiles and punches. Boarding pass, hangs a tag on mine suitcase. Have a nice flight, he says. It's plus 16 degrees Celsius and sunny in Antalya now. Thank you, I reply and take my boarding pass. Ticket. I'm going through passport control, inspection. I find myself in a clean zone. The flight is still 9 hours away. I arrived very early on purpose. I don't want to take risks, not want, so that Mom or Nastya could get me fined. Stop, I'm sitting in the zone, waiting by the large window from where you can see Flight Lounge. I buy coffee from a vending machine. I take out my laptop. I have a remote access to corporate email. I start working on it. I answer clients, I answer letters, check contracts, and send them. Commercial proposals. Life it continues, and I continue to work even here at the airport. In anticipation flight to a new life. An hour passes, 2, 3. The phone starts ringing off the hook. First, Mom calls. 1, 2, 3. I'm dropping calls. Then Nastya calls. I'm dropping it. Mom again. Nastya, Mother, I don't take it tube. A message comes from Mom. Tanya, where are you? It's been 3 hours already. The bank is nearby, 2 stops away. Nastya. Tanya, why aren't you answering? Mom is worried. More from Mom. Tanya, call immediately. What's happened? You scare me. From Nastya, maybe something happened to her? You need to call the police. From Mom. Tanya, where are you? I read the message and nothing I answer. I just read and put my phone away. Bag. I turn on airplane mode to no more distractions. Finally, they announce boarding my flight. I get up and collect things. I'm heading to the boarding gate. I'm showing boarding pass. I go through telescopic gangway. I climb up. Plane. I find my seat. 32nd row. Seat by the window. I sit down. I'm buckling up. A young couple sits down nearby. They are chatting. They laugh and discuss how they will spend their vacation. The plane is leaving the terminal, taxis to the runway. Engines are gaining momentum. Acceleration, I feel, as the plane takes off from the ground. I'm watching out the window at the receding St. Petersburg at city lights on gray clouds. And in the chest it becomes easy as it has never been many years. I'm flying away from lies, from manipulation, from endless requests and promises that never come true or are being carried out. I'm flying to the sea, to the sun, to freedom, and to me, I'm not ashamed at all. The flight lasts 5 hours. I sleep most of the time. For the first time in 3 days, I sleep normally, deep, without nightmares. I'm falling into darkness, and I don't even dream. Waking up only when the stewardess gently touches me on the shoulder and says that we're boarding. Soon, please fasten your seatbelts, and raise the back of the chair. I open my eyes. I'm looking out the window. It's already dark there, but lights flicker below. This is Antalya. Lights, cities, coasts, hotels. Airplane descending, approaching for landing. Concerns. The stripes are soft, almost imperceptible. Mileage, braking, stopping. Welcome to Antalya. Temperature, air temperature, plus 16 degree. Local time, 23 minutes, the flight attendant announces. Plus 16. It's around 0 in St. Petersburg now, and it's raining snow. And it's warm here. I'm leaving the plane down the steps. Warm evening. The air envelops me as soon as I'm taking the first step. It smells like the sea, pine needles, some flowers. I take off my jacket. I'm left in just a sweater, and even so, I don't cold. I walk across the airfield to the bus, which takes passengers to the terminal. I breathe this air deeply, and I feel like I haven't been breathing normally for a long time. A very long time ago. I'm passing through the airport passport control, getting my luggage. The blue suitcase is pulled out onto the conveyor belt in one of the... First, I go out into the arrivals hall. There is a crowd there, those meeting with signs. Representatives, tour operators, taxi drivers, relatives, tourists. I find a sign with a logo, my travel agency, and the name of the hotel. Ramada Plaza. Hello, I'm in yours group, I say to the girl with the sign. Good evening. She smiles. Documents, please. I show my passport and a printed voucher. She notes I'm on the list. The hotel bracelet gives me away blue with the inscription all inclusive. The bus will depart in 20 minutes. More, we are waiting for several tourists. Please have a seat. She points to a row of plastic chairs. I sit down and wait. It's gradually gathering group of 10 people. Couples, families with children, one company of young people. All are happy. The animated people are discussing the upcoming vacation. Finally, everyone is gathered and we are led out to bus. I drive for about 40 minutes at night, Antalya, past the illuminated streets, palm trees, Turkish language billboards in Ramada. The plaza greets you with a brightly lit facade, tall palm trees at the entrance, and a fountain in the shape of a bowl in the middle of a round area in front of the main entrance. The hotel is big, 7-story, white, Mediterranean style. The area around is well maintained. Paths, flower beds. Even in December here, something is blooming. I go into the hall. Tall ceilings, marble floors, soft sofas, large chandelier. It smells like air conditioning and some aromatic oils. Pleasant, unobtrusive smell. At the counter, there are 3 employees at the registration uniform vests. Everyone is smiling. I go up to the counter, hand over my passport and voucher. The administrator girl is quick punches data into the computer. Miss Tatiana, welcome, he says. She speaks Russian with a slight accent. We are very glad to see you in our hotel. You have a standard room booked, 7 nights with a sea view, breakfast with 7 to 10 a.m., lunch from 12:30 p.m. to 14:30, dinner from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. The bar is open 24 hours, drinks included. The pool is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The beach is 100 meters from the hotel. Here is your key, room 507, 5th floor. I'll take the key card. Thank you. Partier takes my suitcase and takes you to the elevator. We're going up to the 5th floor. We walk along a long corridor with soft carpeted floor. Number 507, almost in at the end of the corridor. The party opens the door, rolls the suitcase inside, shows how does air conditioning work, where light switches, where the minibar is. I give. Tip him 100 lira, he thanks and leaves. I remain alone in the room. Number spacious, clean, large double bed, a bed with snow-white bed linen, bedside tables, flat-screen TV on the wall, a small table with 2 chairs, a wardrobe. Safe, bathroom with shower, clean towels, disposable slippers, shampoos and gels in small bottles. I approach. Balcony door. I open the curtains. I open the door, go out onto the balcony, and I freeze. There is a dark sea in front of me, huge, boundless. I hear the sound of the surf. I see the white foam of the waves which run onto the shore. Lights in the distance. A passing ship. Overhead stars. As many stars as I have ever seen. I've never seen it in the city. It smells like salt, algae, freedom. I'm standing on the balcony, holding onto the railing with my hands, and I feel tears running down my face. Quiet. Silently, not from grief, but from relief, from the fact that I'm finally here, I did it, that for the first time in my life, I chose myself. I stand like this, 10 minutes, maybe more. I just breathe, I look at the sea, listen to the waves, then I wipe away my tears and return to my room. I take my phone out of my bag and turn it on. The screen explodes with notifications. Telephone, it vibrates so much that it almost jumps out from hands. 47 missed calls from Mom, 23 from Nastya, 38 messages. I'm opening it Messenger. I start reading the messages starting from the earliest ones. 4 hours from Mom. Back. Tanya, where are you? It's already lunchtime. What about you? No. In 10 minutes. Why not? Are you answering? We are worried. More in half an hour. Call immediately. What's happened? Through hour. Tanya, this is not funny. Respond from Nastya 3 hours ago. Tanya, where are you going? Disappeared? Mom is all on edge. In 1 hour, we already went to the store, came back, and you're still not here. Where are you anyway? Then from Mom's 2 hours ago. Tanya, I'm calling. The police from Nastya. We are late for transfer because of you. Where are you? From Mom. The transfer left without us. Are you aware? We lost money from Nastya. We had to take a taxi to the station. 2,000 were given away. It's all because of you. From Mom. Missed train. I had to buy tickets for the next one as 3,000 more expensive. Tanya, what are you doing? Are you creating? The last message arrived half an hour ago from Nastya. Are you even alive, or do you not care about your family at all? Means they understood. They understood that I would not return, that there will be no money, that we were really late, we missed it. Transfer, lost time and money. What am I? Let them down, just like they do to me. I sit on the edge of the bed and look at telephone. My fingers are shaking. My heart is pounding. I take a deep breath, exhale, then dial Mom's number. She picks up the phone after the first tourniquet and starts screaming. Not to speak, to shout so loudly that I take the phone away from my ear. Tanya, where are you? Damn it! The voice breaks and croaks. What have you done? Do you know that we miss everything because of you? Transfer left. The train has left. The money was lost. I had to take a taxi to the station. 2,000 were given away. Then new tickets by another 3,000. 5,000 lost because of your prank. Do you even understand? What have you done? I remained silent, just listening how Mom screams, chokes, again screams. Somewhere in the background, Sonia is crying. Vladik asks something. Nastya too yells something unintelligible. Finally, Mom pauses to catch my breath. I calmly say, Mom, I'm in Antalya. Silence. Long, ringing, deafening silence. I even think that. The connection was interrupted. Where? Finally, hoarsely asks Mom. In Antalya, in Turkey, in 5-star Hotel Ramada Plaza. I get up, go to the balcony, and go out onto it. I am standing on the 5th floor balcony now. I look at the sea. Do you hear? I stretch out. Phone to the sea so Mom can hear the noise waves. This is the Mediterranean Sea. Temperature plus 16 degree. At night and during the day, they promise plus 19. Sunny. You, Mom, is suffocating. What are you doing? Are you creating? Are you crazy? We were waiting for you. We were counting on you. You have a debt in front of the family. And you? Are you going to Turkey? How are you? Dared? She dared. I lean my back against balcony railings. You know, Mom, a ticket to one person in this hotel for a week cost 83,000 rubles. 83,000? This is less than half of what you wanted. Get it from me to your Galenzik? 83 versus 200. And I chose to spend them on yourself. Tanya. Mom screams so loudly that I take it away again, telephone. You did it on purpose. You did it on purpose. Did you plan this? Did you disappear on purpose? Yes, I answer evenly, especially, also specifically how you faked a stroke. I hear my mother inhale sharply. I didn't pretend. I felt bad. I felt bad too. I interrupt at 8 o'clock. I'm on the plane, roared. I thought I was going to bury you. 28,000 for tickets. All the money I have were until payday. Leave at own expense. The presentation that made me lose your career, and you were standing in the new one dress, painted with a hairstyle made of salon and asked for 200,000 for a vacation. To me, it was really bad in the morning. Mom already does not scream. The voice became quieter but angry. Then I felt better. I explained it. I could call and say what's wrong with you, everything is fine, while I was on the plane. I could have written, but you didn't write because I knew. If you write that great, I can turn around and fly away. Back. Did you need my money? Silence on the other end. You are selfish, finally, Mom says quietly, with hatred. Heartless egoist. We give you so much for years they helped, raised, fed, clothed, and you can't even make 200,000 a month give to the family. Did they help? I ask again. Mom, I had to do it myself since I was 16. Earn. I washed the floors in a shopping mall. Sent her on weekends. Handing out leaflets in the cold, I worked as a waitress. Nastya, and you spent hundreds of thousands on education. I'm zero. They bought clothes for Nastya, toys, gadgets. I have to wear it after her. This is what you call helping. We did everything they could. Mom's voice trembles. There wasn't enough money for both of us, but there was one. This is the only one. Always Nastya, really? Silence. I can hear my mom breathing heavily, then the phone. Nastya intercepts. Her voice is angry, cutting. Tanya, are you completely out of your mind? What the hell are you doing? We are because of you missed everything. We lost money and nerves. Spent, children are crying. At least you understand what you've done? You destroyed our vacation, Nastya? I speak calmly. 4. You've taken up about 6 years of my time, 300,000 rubles. They didn't return a single penny. No once. Call me only when you need me. Money. They didn't call on my birthday. They didn't congratulate me on the new year. I am for you walking ATM. Don't play poor, Nastya snaps back. You have a salary good, you live alone, expenses none. And we have children, a family, expenses. Huge. You have a new iPhone for 100,000, sweater for 10,000, fresh manicure for 3,000, hair dyed for 5,000, but for vacation there is no money. This is different. This is a necessity for me. Necessity. Go on vacation for the first time in 5 years. I look at the sea, at the stars. And I went one at my own expense. You are selfish, Nastya screams. Shame on the family. We are for you. We will never forgive this. Nothing, I answer. You will survive. Nastya, pass this on. To Mom. You faked a stroke. I simulated money. In my opinion, fair. And I hang up. I'm standing on the balcony, holding the phone in my hands. He's back again, begins to vibrate. Mom calls back. I look at the name Mom flashing on screen. Then I press the lock button sound and put the phone in my pocket. I'm going to bed. Sleep in a huge, soft bed, under clean linen, under a warm blanket. For the sea is making noise outside the window, and I fall asleep with a smile on the face. My first day in Turkey, I wake up from the sunlight that floods the room through the leaks-drawn curtains. I look at my watch. 10th. I slept for 1,200 hours, 12 hours without nightmares, without anxiety, without calls in the middle of the night. I get up and open the balcony door. Warm air rushes into the room. Sun bright, blue sky without a single. Clouds. The sea sparkles in the sun, shimmers with all shades of blue and turquoise. The palm trees sway. Light wind. I hear laughter, music, splashing water. This is already someone relaxing by the pool. I'm standing on the balcony in my pajamas and smiling. I just smile for no reason or with reason. I'm here. I'm at sea. I am free. I'm going to the shower. I stand under it for a long time. Hot water. I put on a light dress, blue, summer, which I bought 2 years ago back and never wore it. I'm leaving. Numbers. I go down to the restaurant. Breakfast is still going on, although it's almost 10. Restaurant huge, bright, with panoramic windows. The tables are covered with white scotters, everywhere flowers in vases. And food. I have such abundance. I've never seen it. The tables are groaning with dishes. Fresh vegetables and fruits, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, oranges, grapefruits, grenades. Cheeses of dozens of types, olives, baked goods, croissants, buns, pies, cakes, pastries, hot dish. Omelets, fried eggs, sausages, potatoes, rice, juices, coffee, tea. I take the tray, I put a little bit of everything on and sit down. A table by the window with a view of the sea. I eat slowly, enjoying every bite. The tomatoes are sweet, juicy, not at all like those. What's in Russian stores in winter? The croissant melts in your mouth. Orange juice, freshly squeezed with pulp. Behind the neighboring one, an elderly couple, about 70 years old, is sitting at a table. They talk quietly and smile at each other. To a friend, holding hands. After another at the table is a young family with 2 children. Parents are calmly having breakfast. Children draw in coloring books. Everywhere there is an atmosphere of peace and relaxation. After breakfast, I go to the beach. He's 100 meters away from the hotel. Cross the road, a special person in a vest helps. Stops cars, lets them through vacationers. The beach is pebbly, but the pebbles are small, smooth. The sun loungers are lined up in neat rows above each umbrella. The sea is calm, transparent. I can see the bottom for several meters. Forward. I take off my dress and stay in swimsuit. I enter the water. She cool, about 18 degrees, but not icy. I go in up to my waist, up to my chest, and dive in. Water, it envelops me completely, and I float under it. Water, I open my eyes. I see stones on bottom, algae, small fish. I emerge and take a breath. I'm swimming along banks. The water is salty and holds up well. I'm swimming, and it seems to me that I'm with the sea. I wash everything off myself. Fatigue, resentment, anger, guilt. I swim and feel yourself light, weightless. Wire to the sea about 40 minutes. Then I go out and dry myself off. With a towel, I lie down on the lounger, close eyes. The sun warms the face, the breeze it blows, the hair dries. I hear the sound of waves, the cries of seagulls, distant music from the hotel. I fall into a doze. I wake up because someone blocked my view. Sun. I open my eyes. There is something standing above me, a man of about 18 years old. Tall, athletic build in swimming trunks and a t-shirt. Dark hair, tanned face, pleasant smile. Sorry to disturb you, he speaks Russian. I just wanted to warn. You've been lying in the sun for an hour without sunscreen. You might get burned. The December sun is deceptive. It seems not hot, but it gives a strong burn. I sit down on the lounger, looking at my hands. They already blushed slightly. Thank you, I say. I completely forgot about the cream. Take it, he hands me a tube of sunscreen cream. I have it with me, factor 50, protects well. I take the tube, I squeeze the cream onto my palm and start smear arms, shoulders, legs. Thank you. Big. Do you also vacation here? Yes. Arrived the day before yesterday. He sits down on a nearby free sun lounger. Kirill from Moscow, Tanya from Irkutsk. I introduce myself. First Irkutsk. We've come a long way. He smiles. You are resting alone. I'm the only one nodding. And you? Also alone? Got divorced 6 months ago. I decided to take a vacation. Unwind. He looks at the sea. I'm tired of it. Sit in Moscow, work nonstop. I wanted the sea, silence. We were talking. He says that he has his own small business. Logistics company, works with deliveries from China. Wife she left a year ago for another man. Divorced 6 months ago, no children. Lives alone in a 1-room apartment in Moscow and works 12 hours a day. Last time I was on holiday 3 years ago. I'm talking about myself. Work Irkutsk. Loneliness. I don't talk about my family, about deception, about how I ended up here. I'm just saying that I had long wanted to go to the sea, and finally I decided to do it. They did the right thing, he says. Kirill, there is only one life. You need to do something for yourself sometimes to give something good. We sit, talk, then walk, swim together. We swim, we joke, we splash around with water like children. We are leaving water, we lie down on the sun loungers again. He suggests going to lunch together. I agree. We have lunch at the hotel restaurant. Food again, so many. Soups, main courses, salads, meat, fish, side dishes, desserts. We take a little bit of everything. We sit down at the table and eat, and we chat. The conversation flows easily, casually. Kirill tells funny stories from business. I'm talking about Irkutsk, about Baikal, which I saw only twice, although I live an hour's drive away. We're going after lunch. Walk around the hotel grounds. She's big, well-groomed. Several swimming pools, a children's playground, tennis court, volleyball court with exotic plants. Everywhere is clean, beautiful, and well-maintained. In the evening, we are sitting at the bar near the pool. I order cocktail, something fruity with rum. Kirill takes whiskey with ice. We're listening live music. Turkish musician plays jazz melodies on the saxophone. Sun sits down in the sea. The sky is painted in orange, pink, purple. I look at this sunset, and I can't believe that just 2 days ago I was standing in Gdansk, St. Petersburg, and I was deceived. Relatives. What are you thinking about? Asks Kirill. About life? I answer I. About how quickly everything changes. It changes, he agrees. A year ago I was married and making plans for the future. Currently divorced. I'm sitting in Turkey with a stranger from Irkutsk and I'm drinking whiskey. Life is unpredictable. But that's good, I say. Unpredictability means there is always a chance the best. He looks at me and smiles. You are a philosopher, Tanya, from Irkutsk. We are sitting until 11 p.m. Then he sees me off to my number. It turns out he lives on the 6th floor, number above. Saying goodbye at the door. He asks if I want to tomorrow. We'll have breakfast together and go to excursion to the old town of Antalya. I agree. I go into the room and take out my phone. I didn't take him to the beach on purpose, left it in the room. I'm turning it on. 23 more missed from Mom, 15 from Nastya. New messages from Mom. Tanya, that's enough. Sulk. Call from Nastya. We are already in Gdansk. The sanatorium food is so-so and bad. I hope you are satisfied. From Mom. At least do you understand that you destroyed the family? From Nastya. Selfish woman. I look at the message. Then I open the phone settings and I block both numbers. Mom, Nastya. Now their calls and messages will not be received. Before me. I open social networks and go to my profile. I haven't posted anything for a long time. The last post was 6 months ago. Photo sunset on Dangara. I'm making something new now photo. View from the balcony of the sea, of the starry sky. I am posting this with the caption, Antalya, December +1. I finally learned to choose myself. I go to bed to the sound of the sea, under the stars sky. I fall asleep with a happy smile. On the next morning, we have breakfast with Kirill, then we go on an excursion. Old town of Antalya. Narrow streets, old houses with red tiles roofs, ancient Hadrian's Gate, port with yachts. We walk, take pictures, we go into small shops and have a drink. Turkish coffee in a cafe with a sea view. Kirill talks about his life, about how he built a business from scratch, how worked 20 hours a day, like his wife. I got tired of waiting for him at home and found someone else. About how after the divorce I realized that wasted life chasing money. You know, he says as we sit in cafe, my mother also manipulated me. Always demanded money, attention, time. She always reproached me for being bad. Son, I don't call much, I don't help much. I couldn't refuse for a long time. I felt guilty. I haven't understood yet. It never happens will end. No matter how much you give, it will always be there. Phew. I had to set boundaries tough. The mother was offended and didn't speak. 6 months, then it thawed out, but still tries to put pressure. Only I don't lead anymore. I listen to him and understand. He understands me, without words, without explanations. He passed through similar. In the evening, we sit in the same pool bar. I tell him mine, the whole story from beginning to end, about a stroke that turned out to be a lie, about 200,000 to Gdansk. Pro, for tickets to St. Petersburg, about 6 endless years' loans that were never repaid, about how I got on a plane to Turkey while they were waiting for me with the money. Kirill listens attentively, does not interrupt. When I finish, he is silent for a few seconds, then says, "Right did. Is it true?" I look at him. Sometimes it seems to me that I acted cruelly. Cruel what they did to you, he shakes his head. Fake a stroke to lure out money. This is beyond the pale. You just responded with the same coin. And you know what? Maybe now they will understand that you are not ATM, that you have your own life, their boundaries. I remain silent. I look at the water and pool, in the glare of lights on the surface. What if they don't understand? I ask quietly. Then it's their problem, he replies. Kirill, not yours. We spend time together all remaining days of vacation. Let's go to beach, swimming, sunbathing, riding. Excursions to the mountains, to waterfalls, to ancient cities. We have dinner together, sit at the bar, we talk until the night. He talks about Moscow, about business, about plans. I'm talking about Irkutsk, about work, about dreams. There is nothing between us is happening. No kissing, no intimacy, just friendship, understanding, support. And this is exactly what I need right now. On this is the 6th day I've been posting on social media. One photo, Kirill and I against the backdrop of the sea, we both smile. Tanned, happy. Caption, sometimes the best you can do for the family. Teach them how to get by without you. An hour later, I receive a notification. Nastya wrote a comment. Disgrace. Mother cries because of you. I'm deleting the comment. I block Nastya on social networks. In the evening, Olga Viktorovna, my boss. Tanya, how is Mom? She asks. Everything is fine. It turned out false stroke, I answer. She already is resting in a sanatorium, receiving treatment. Great, this means you'll be back to work soon. Yes, I'm arriving the day after tomorrow. I'll be there on Monday. Wonderful. I have news for you. Client, according to your project, he wants to expand cooperation. Contract for 5 million rubles. And he insists, so that you are the one leading. Marina may be assistant, but the face of the project. I feel something blossoming inside me. Warm. Thank you, Olga Viktorovna. To you, thanks for your work and for not abandoned in a difficult situation. I know it wasn't easy with the family. Relax for the rest of your vacation. On Monday, let's talk. I hang up and understand. I have a job. Career is the future. And I don't have to choose between myself and a family that loves me only when I need money. Last evening in Turkey, Kirill and I are sitting on the beach, looking at stars. The sea is calm, the waves barely whisper. Will you return to Irkutsk? So what next? He asks. Work, live, be happy, I answer. And you too the most. Work, live, be happy. He smiles. Maybe I'll come sometime Irkutsk. See Baikal if you will invite. I invite you, I say. Be sure to come. We exchange phone numbers, write in messengers. We promise to call when we return. Home. The next day, I collect suitcase. I say goodbye to the sea, to the sun, to this wonderful hotel. I'm going to the airport. I'm flying home. The plane lands at Irkutsk. Late in the evening. It's -23 outside, snow, darkness, contrast with warm. Sunny Turkey is striking, but I feel sad. On the contrary, I'm coming back. Home as a different person. I take a taxi and go to my anniversary. Climbing to the 5th floor, I open the door of my one-room apartment. I turn on the light. Everything is in place. Old sofa, table, wardrobe, small kitchen. My apartment, my space, my life. I'm unpacking my suitcase and accepting it. Shower, go to bed in my bed. I fall asleep instantly. The body is still rebuilding after change of time zones. Saturday morning, I wake up late. I'm making coffee and sitting on. In the kitchen, looking out the window at the snowy yard, I take out my phone. I haven't done anything. In a week, I unblocked my mom and Nastya's numbers. I wonder if they wrote anymore. I'll unblock it. The phone immediately explodes with notifications, messages that came but were blocked. From Mom 5 days ago. Tanya, I am seriously ill. I have high blood pressure. Jumps. This is all because of your actions. From Nastya 4 days ago. We are in Galenzik. The sanatorium is terrible. The food is disgusting. It's cold in the room. Children are sick. I hope you are happy. From Mom 3 days back. You destroyed our family. I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive. I saw this from Nastya 2 days ago. Your photos on social networks. You're showing off with some guy while we are suffering here. You are a conscience. I lost it from my mom yesterday. Tanya, badly. I called an ambulance. The pressure was under 200. Doctors say it's stress because I read the messages and I don't feel anything. No guilt, no pity, just tiredness. They will never change. They will always manipulate, put pressure, demand. I don't answer. Just again, I block numbers. I'm going out on Monday. Work. I go into the office. Small premises on the 2nd floor of the business center. 4 rooms, 10 employees. Me. Colleagues meet. Everyone is asking about Mom, sympathize, feel sorry for her. Everything is fine. She is already being treated at a sanatorium. I answer, short. Olga Viktorovna is calling me to the office. We are discussing a new contract. 5 million rubles, my commission will be 10%. 500,000. This is more than my annual salary. Salary. Tanya, you did a great job, Olga Viktorovna says. Client happy, wants to continue cooperation. I'm promoting you to senior manager. Salary 90,000 plus interest. From the first of the next months. I'm sitting in a chair and I can't believe my ears. Promotion 90,000 plus 500,000 commission. Thank you, I say. I really appreciate it. You deserve it, she smiles. Go to work. I'm leaving the office. I sit down at my desk. Marina is coming, congratulates on your promotion. Sincerely, without envy. We drink coffee. We are discussing a new project. I'm walking in the evening. Walk home even though it's cold. I want to get some air, think. I stop at a jewelry store. I'm looking at the shop window. There are beautiful ones there, decorations, earrings, rings, bracelets. I have never bought jewelry for myself. It always seemed why. Expensive, no need to. I go inside and ask to be shown earrings, small, silver with blue stone. The saleswoman says that this dangerous thing costs 12,000. I wouldn't have bought it before. I would tell myself, expensive, out of my budget. I better put it off for now. Something needed. But now I take out the card and I pay 12,000 for earrings for myself, just because I like them. I'm leaving store with a small box. I'm going home with a smile. A week passes. I work, meet with clients, lead negotiation. In the evenings, I sit at home and watch. I watch movies, read books, and correspond with Kirill. He sends photos from Moscow, tells how things are going. I'm sending. He has a photo of snowy Irkutsk. I'm talking about work, about a promotion. Well done, he writes. I'm proud of you and I will definitely come to Irkutsk. Maybe on February holidays? Show me city? Of course I'll show you, I answer. Come. Another week passes. I receive a salary. Already 90,000, the first one new rate. I pay for the apartment, I pay utility bills and buy groceries. Remains more than 50,000. Before, I would have put them aside and saved them. Now I go to the store and buy myself something new. Winter coat. Beautiful, warm, high quality. It costs 35,000. It's expensive, but it's worth it. I'm trying it on at home in front of the mirror.